Getting ready to come to green, it is. Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain making up row one. We're racing in Georgia. And early on, the lower line surging ahead. Kyle Larson just behind the one of Ross Chastain. Chastain now, will he start blocking early, even on lap one?
Getting a lot of information from his spotter. Oh, the 5 car has to lift hard out of the gas. Really out of shape right there.
Still loose.
Everybody checking up here behind him.
Cindric did a great job to keep from wrecking him. You did not see that in the spring race. When they dropped the green flag in the spring race, everybody ran wide open, no problem. First lap, already handling issues.
There will be a competition caution at lap 25 since they didn't have any practice, but what a wiggle out of Kyle Larson in the 5.
That was huge all the way through the corner, and you can still see he does not have the confidence to go to the throttle, and Cindric is stuck behind him in that 2 car, Marty.
Right now, nobody's got any significant runs to be able to separate themselves. There's subtle side drafts here and there. Oh, the 14 has to lift again. They're 3 wide.
In a 40-foot corner, 3 wide.
I think things are calming down a little bit. Seems like
this is calm.
I think they're spreading out just a little bit. Seems like the heat in the tires and the handling of the car getting a little bit worse, allowing these guys to get a little bit of space between them. We were 2 by 2 by 2, so now at least they single filed out a little bit.
Back in 23, and a big move for the lead up top. Denny Hamlin finally able to get to the outside of the 1.
I think now they're going to line up with Denny on the outside, trying to push him by that 1 car, Ross Chastain. And now Chastain is not, you heard him say, I don't want to lose the lead. I'm already loose. I'm going to be terrible in traffic. But honestly, I think that's the best thing that could happen for Chastain, Steve, because now he's learning what his car will do not in the lead.
And we also get to learn what this 11 car could do in the lead. Because he got so much downforce and comfort in that car that they'll just go right back by him now that and looks pretty good right here. Campiello's coming. It can't come fast enough for Kyle Larson and Austin Cindric, who's 36th on the field. Big run from the 12. He goes to the outside here from help from his buddy Chase Elliott.
Now they're going to hang out the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Doesn't have anybody pushing from behind. Ross Chastain's coming. But can it be the 12 of Ryan Blaney who leads here in Atlanta?
Yeah, got a big run.
Oh, the 1.
Oh, the 1's in trouble.
Oh, contact.
Well, you knew Denny Hamlin wasn't going to cut Ross Chastain any slack after the year they've had together and the run-ins at St. Louis.
My goodness.
Look what it's done to Ross. Now he's 3 wide. He talked about not wanting to be in traffic. Well, that's the worst case.
Everybody decided in that moment Ross wasn't going to lift. The caution's out for the competition yellow.
Whoa. Take a breath. Take a breath. Look at this. Yeah, Denny right there on that left rear quarter panel.
It's up the racetrack. Denny, you said it, Steve. He's not going to cut Ross Chastain any slack whatsoever. Oh, that's a risky move, though. If you get that 1 car and he turns sideways, he is wrecking right in front of you, taking you with him.
Elliott on the outside, and Ryan Blaney on the inside. Elliott getting a little bit of a shove here early, and he'll clear that inside line.
One thing to remember, guys, you can choose today. Normally on super speedways, there is no choose rule, but you can choose which lane you want to be in on these restarts. A big run down the back on the outside.
That was a huge push by the 48, who was getting pushed by the 11. But even with that big shove, Ryan Blaney still side by side with Chase Elliott. Still side by side for the lead. Under 2 laps to go. Pit road is closed. Fighting for the stage 1 win. Blaney on the inside, Elliott on the outside. One more time around.
Big push coming here for Elliott.
Push a hard one right in the corner.
Right into the back of the 9 car. That shoved him way out in front, clear.
All clear, all clear. Bottom nose down.
He should be able to easily defend the last 3 quarters of this lap.
Big push coming here on the inside line. You can see Hamlin's pushing Blaney.
Elliott goes down to block. Now back up the racetrack as Alex Bowman with a run in the 48. Out of turn 4 for the final time in stage 1, and Chase Elliott will win stage 1. Bowman, Chastain, Blaney, and Byron, top 5. Field approaching the Geico restart zone and back to action here in Atlanta. I think the question has to be asked, if Martin Truex Jr. wins here at Atlanta, does that count as a super speedway win?
That's for me. I don't know if it counts for me. Daytona or Talladega. We'll be interested to see how his car drives up here. All the Toyotas and his teammates have been really good today.
That's right, and you see Martin Truex Jr. in that second position. Oh, as we have a battle for the lead.
Sure enough, he goes to the bottom of the racetrack, has that help that you were talking about with Christopher Bell, and Martin Truex Jr. pulls out to a huge lead here in Atlanta. Caution just came out, 3 cars on the backstretch, got sideways, got into each other, had tire issues. We've got the 42 involved in this. BJ McLeod also is in it, as well as Chris Buescher.
Yeah, BJ just lost the car all on his own, and then just everybody else is behind him, nowhere to go. See the car step out.
What I'm trying to understand is that 78 has what's to me a broken right rear toe link, but I don't see it hit anything, Jeff. So I don't know if perhaps
I think the 17, Steve, hits him right here.
Okay, yeah, that might break the left rear loose. Yeah, I could see that, because I was trying to figure out how the car itself broke. Like, did it break and spin, or then spin and had a failure? But yeah, I saw that contact now on that 17.
Yeah, and I didn't see the damage. See him get loose right there, and then there's just nowhere to go. I didn't see the damage on that 42, but he hit that inside wall pretty hard. I didn't think he had, we could only see the right side, but he's got a fair amount of damage on that left front fender.
All right, we want to listen in to the 45 team and Jason Jarrett, the spotter for Kurt Busch.
5, line, green, green, green. He's tight with you, but he does not have a push for the 99. And they're both tight with you. Outside tight, outside. Probably by half. He does not have a push up to you. 2 wide all the way back. Outside 9, half apart, top lean, outside. He's got the 20 about 2 in front of him. You got the 1 outside of you and just the 31 with you.
Here comes Blaney. He looks to the inside, trying to take the lead away from Martin Truex Jr.
Truex with a subtle side draft on the right rear quarter panel. Who's Chase going to help? Not his bud. He's going with that 19. He says, I know which car is going forward. Pushes Martin Truex clear. I think the 12 here is going to work back to the inside. He doesn't have a ton of help on the bottom. Look at Reddick pushing the 9. The 9's going to have a great run. Does he go around this 19 for the lead? He does, to the inside, down into turn 1, Chase Elliott.
And Reddick went with him. Let's see if Reddick gets clear. No, he's not.
He also made a very interesting point. He said,
I feel crash.
19's going to go around. He'll collect the 1. 22 of Logano also in it.
Stay up there.
Lots of cars. Look at the 5 of Larson there.
McDowell comes back up in front. He'll tag another car. Kyle Larson in it also.
They roll into turn 1. The 1 car is on the outside. They make contact, and around Truex goes. It's just, these cars, we've seen it over and over and over. You cannot push in these corners. If you get offset at all, it just doesn't work. Right there, the contact. And now Truex is along for the ride.
Yeah, Truex is out of the gas, uncomfortable. The 1 is just trying to wait on him to sort of gather it up and go. And eventually makes contact.
You see right here,
Martin's lifting right there. He's lifting. He's loose. The 1's like waiting, trying to say, go, come on, get it going. Eventually makes contact, and then everybody kind of piles in. Look at the 22 up in the air right there.
And the 3 kind of goes out of sight, but man, he gets turned to the right. And the damage on the right front of that car, it had to be a pretty big hit. We'll see if we got it from this angle right here. You're going to see the 19 spin. And then watch the 3. He's going to be on the left side of this traffic. He gets caught, I think, by the 34. So, right, the 34 gets hit by the 20. Here comes Austin Dillon. He's going to go out of screen, but as he goes out of screen, oh, I'm telling you, that thing turns right. Boom! Oh, yeah. There it comes back in. Man.
you have to wonder also, guys, we were talking about Ross Chastain offsetting to the right.
Wow.
To get more downforce, right? But how is that hurting Martin Truex Jr.'s car and how it drives? There's that big hit by Austin Dillon. That's just a massive hit. It's one thing, this car, the center section of this car is much tougher than the last car trying to protect the driver. That was a massive hit. You saw how big the safety barrier moved.
Field approaching the Geico restart zone, and this time it's Harrison Burton in the 21 and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47. A couple names we haven't mentioned up front yet. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., this style of racing, he's been very good.
Yeah, these type of accidents, then out these fields at races at Daytona and Talladega, and you start to see these guys start to move to the front. Big push. Coming to the back of that 47. Side by side in the Wood Brothers Ford. Byron to the outside, jumps in that hole to push. Harrison Burton into the lead.
99 wins.
Oh, now the
organization. Wood Brothers has won 99 times. Who will give them their 100th win? Right now, fighting for the lead, Harrison Burton on the outside of William Byron.
Big push coming from his buddy Todd Gittelman. They grew up racing together since they were 6 years old. Now they're in the Cup Series working together for this lead.
Byron's got to feel like he's all alone down there trying to make this happen. He doesn't have much help.
Yellow on the racetrack, the
Chris
17. Okay, well, I was going to say, guys that were able to repair their cars. The 17 was in an accident much earlier on the backstretch. Different than our last yellow. Now he has another flat. Blew her right front, it sounds like. Oh. I mean, you know, I say it looks like an easy hit. I don't think any of them are.
No, that you blow right front at Atlanta. It's not going to be an easy hit. He did a great job of getting it slowed down to minimize it, but here we see it. We'll see how he got it slowed down, but still some damage there, Steve, for sure.
Oh, we got a little smoke there in the back. Car spinning out of control off of turn 2. Down to the bottom of the racetrack. Briscoe all alone. Don't think anyone else was involved.
Here, no damage. Get it fired up, roll when you can.
I don't know if he had a tire failure or what. May have just got loose. There's a flat tire on that car now, but just out of the corner of my eye, I saw the smoke.
I mean, it looks like it would be maybe a soft tire or a flat tire, or he just loses it. Hard to say.
Either way, yeah. A lot of damage to the bottom of that car, and at a track where, I mean, they're aero dependent everywhere with that diffuser. Maybe they're more so here than most tracks. If he had a tire failure or what, may have just gotten loose. There's a flat tire on that car now, but just out of the corner of my eye, I saw the smoke.
14 was running 14th when he spun coming off of turn number 2. Gets it going the right direction. He'll try to limp back to pit road. You see a lot of that right side coming off now.
Yeah, oh man.
I wonder if he had a flat tire early, guys, in that.
Rip the crush panel or something out of it. Just try and go slow here. It's starting to shred the right rear. Go slow and shredding the right rear.
That's a lot of damage, Steve.
That is a ton of damage. And that's just what we could see. We showed earlier the whole underbody, you know, and how sensitive it is. If we look at the back of this car again, you see the diffuser. It's very important for that all to stay sealed. It's all torn up. Let's take a look from the 11 of Denny Hamlin. See exactly. You mentioned flat. You mentioned smoke. I mean, you know, it's hard to say if the tire's up or not, but he's definitely kind of by himself spinning out. I mean, it looks like it would be maybe a soft tire or a flat tire, or he just loses it. Hard to say.
Coming back to the restarts, William Byron and Tyler Reddick making up row 1. A lot of pushing going on now.
What kind of race, Rick, will we see to the finish here as they were all organized in a line, very comfortable and happy to be racing in a line with no big moves, but now side by side throughout the field and points on the line at the end of this stage.
A little bit of side drafting there as the 8 moves up, but the 24 of William Byron easily surging ahead.
Yeah, Reddick's going to have the momentum down the back straightaway. Some drafting help from the 12. Oh, man. Williams wishing now that he would have protected that high side a little bit more and not allowed that 8 to get to that quarter panel on the top. They're going to have a big push, Jeff. Watch this. Huge. Oh, the 9 says no. I'm going to take the spot. He's got his teammate Bowman with him down to the inside here.
Big run by Chase Elliott as he gets right up to the back bumper of Tyler Reddick.
And he had to leave his teammate down there by himself, so Bowman's in a bad position here. Chase has got another run, some help from the 12. Where does he go? He tries to go to the bottom.
Coming up on 6 laps to go here in stage 2. Once again, the crowd roaring as they see the 9 go to the front.
Nose out to 8.
Big run right here by the 8. Didn't really have anything he could do with it. Brad Keselowski on the bottom.
Oh, 48 accelerate. A right rear tire goes down on that car.
Bowman around. They come up on 1 lap to go in stage 2. And the caution will come out. The stage will end under caution.
Rick, that's exactly what we saw in this race in March from a lot of cars. That's, I think, the first one, Steve, that we saw today with the right rear tire failures. And why is that happening?
So that's absolutely right. A lot of them in the spring. This is the same tire combination Goodyear brought. As you see the 48 stuck with 2 left sides, NASCAR will help him get back to pit road. He might lose a lap, but he won't be out of the race. So back to your point, Junior, same tire combination. The team's much smarter than they were in March. You know, they've been to a lot of different racetracks, but the conversation is we start to see cars that are driving really well and actually have pretty good speed fail tires the most. So the question mark is that aero load, is it tire setup? I've heard a lot of different opinions. In the end, we now see the 48. Chase Elliott goes on to win the stage. Crowd goes wild again, Rick.
So Steve, we see that now later in the race, and that could be an issue going forward because the pace is picking up in these cars. They're all more in the throttle, more load.
Now it's Cindric up front and Eric Almirola making up row 1. Cindric on the outside, Almirola on the inside. Final stage underway at Atlanta. Eric Jones in the 43, giving Cindric a shove.
Once again, some new players in front of the field. First time these cars have been up there. They don't really know how the car is going to drive in clean air. Cindric, remember, early in the race, fell all the way back to last place. Car driving horrible.
Joey Hand in the car at times, Priest in the car at times, doing a great job as we see the 43 takes the lead away from Cindric.
Oh, big wreck back behind. And there's the 15 involved. Ty Dillon in the 42 also involved.
24, Byron.
Brad Keselowski was having a good day. Bubba Wallace.
Oh, the 15 gets out of shape, out of the gas. Nobody has anywhere to go. I don't know if the 15 might have had a flat entering the corner. It looked like he was having some type of an issue and out of the throttle. And you could see him checking the back of the car. So watch the 15. He's lifting, wiggling, out of the throttle. And this is a super speedway type of event where if a guy's lifting like that, you've got nowhere to go. You see everybody piling in.
Oh, you see Todd Gilliland is having a good day early. He's got a little damage. That wiggle right there, and just Kyle Larson couldn't see that. He had no idea that that problem was going on. Got in the back of Ty Dillon. Let's see what happens with the damage on that one car if he can lead this line.
He's been aggressive. We'll see what happens. They come back to the green flag. It's Eric Jones on the outside with a good shove from Austin Cindric. Now Chase Elliott giving the 1 of Ross Chastain a push as they go into turn 1.
They are connected bumper to bumper, inside and outside lane.
Staying locked up. We'll see how long they do this. Now the 9 drops back off. The 43 still had help from Cindric as they entered 3. Still side by side for the lead. Chastain on the inside, Jones on the outside.
Good organization on the outside line here.
Here's your push. Still on you.
But there's 2 fast race cars on that inside line, and Ross as well. We know he'll be aggressive side drafting, doing what he needs to do.
Closer to you than that second.
Caution is out, and you saw it a nonstop. The heavily damaged 18 of Kyle Busch was sideways. Also, Cody Ware in the 51 got into the wall on the backstretch.
What happened? The 3 cars in the frame. The 18's already sideways.
Yeah, look at Steve. Look at the 51. So he's in. He comes around and crashes into the back straightaway wall. Look at the. That's just interesting. I didn't know how he got there from the apron.
That makes 2 of us.
Here we go. Yep. So he's loose. Whoa!
Right
back
there.
up the racetrack.
77 to Landon Castle's like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm getting out of here.
Oh, the toe link I think might be broke.
Coming back to the green, Corey LaJoie on the outside. Chase Elliott on the inside. Ross Chastain wondering how hard he can push. LaJoie dives down to the bottom of the racetrack, gets right in front of the 9 of Chase Elliott.
Battle for the lead now down the back straightaway.
We saw the 9 peak ahead of the 7, has dove to the bottom of the racetrack. He will clear the 7, and Chase Elliott once again out front at Atlanta.
Well, the 9's going to take Jeff Burton's thoughts, and he's going to park it back in that top lane, isn't he, Jeff? He thinks that's where he wants to be with all the momentum.
Yeah, I think he's going to block all he can. Corey LaJoie says, I'm going to get the lead back, drives to the bottom.
Does he clear him?
Yes, he does.
He did.
He moves up the racetrack, but now the 9 back to the inside. Look at this racing. This is amazing.
No help right now for the 9 until that 1 of Ross Chastain gets to his bumper.
Yeah, Chase did not clear Corey. Now they're bailing to the outside.
Oh, Ross squeezes right in front of Denny Hamlin. That was really, really tight. They're all so tight, bumper to bumper. 20 cars going around down on the front straightaway.
Ooh, this grass is wet.
Caution's out.
And Bell quickly getting on to pit road.
Boy, they thought they had that loose condition fixed for Christopher Bell, but it just snapped on them there, and that puts everybody pretty much in a window here where they can make it all the way. Oh, no, and a tire comes off on Christopher Bell. That is not good. Can't make any progress here. Is that tire from them? I can't see, guys.
It's the left rear.
Okay.
I believe it's the left rear. If we go back and watch that stop, I would bet money that there's either an exchange issue on the left rear or that socket magnetically holds basically the wheel nut in. And what happens is the timing is so quick. If that socket or wheel nut falls out, jack's going to be dropped, tire's going to leave.
Okay, so the wheel comes off on pit road. Is the rule that he just lost his crew chief for 4 weeks?
So NASCAR's going to look at this and see. Let's see what happens on the left rear. We see the exchange. Oh, you see the tire changer just didn't have it tight.
Martin Truex Jr. on the inside looking for his first win of 2022. Corey LaJoie looking for his first career win in the Cup Series. 19 to go from Atlanta.
Both sides pretty organized. Oh, man, they're really tight, trying to slow each other down. They say the side draft isn't that strong, but they still try to make it work.
Truex is clear. What is he going to do? He's going to eat a line right now.
They're not connected, though. Not as well as that outside line. Does that 7 have enough horses to be able to push this 9 car back to the lead?
The 11 gives him a shove, and Corey LaJoie back up to the bumper of the 9. Here comes the 1 of Ross Chastain to the inside. He battles for the lead.
Wow, Chase Elliott hard in the back of Truex. See his car moving all around. The pushes are going to get more aggressive right now with only 18 to go.
Coming up on 14 laps to go, Corey LaJoie running in the 2nd position.
Truex back to the bottom.
Oh!
The 11 sideways. Can he hang on to it? They wreck.
Lock her down here. Lock her down. Get
The
everyone
caution will come out. There'll be another restart.
Chastain just up the racetrack into the back, into the quarter panel of Hamlin.
So this is the frustration I think drivers have with Ross Chastain. When you interview him, he talks about how he's going to try to do it differently and race differently, and then here we are. He just climbs the banking. I'm sure his car is probably not handling as he had hoped, but his contact spins Denny Hamlin out.
I'm with you, Steve. You got a gas pedal in there. Chastain is going to have to make a decision on what does he want to do. Like, he's up the racetrack right here. He's lost the nose. You're going to have to lift. I mean, you got to lift and get off of the guy, no matter who it is. And he's going to have to clean these things up. He's a professional race car driver. He's a winner. He's a championship contender. You just can't continue to do these types of things.
Back up through the gears they go, and diving into turn number 1, under 8 laps to go in Atlanta.
Big restart on the bottom lane for Corey LaJoie. He is going to clear the 19 on corner exit if he wants it.
These 8 laps are going to happen fast. Corey LaJoie to the top, getting a big push from this 19 car.
Pushing hard.
19 trying almost to the right rear quarter panel. He had a shot at it.
He was almost there.
Cautions come out. On the backstretch. Car down on the apron, Joey Logano, the 22.
I think we had a couple cars spin around. Seems like everybody's heading in the right direction, though.
And we'll have another restart.
It's like the 20 of Christopher Bell in the middle between the 22. They just come together. Not enough room for Christopher there to be in the middle. and turns both these guys in an outside wall. Time running out.
Bottom of 3 when you get there.
They're going to have fast.
One outside now.
Trying to get everything they can get.
Wrecking.
Green flag back in the air.
No push from that one car right now.
Yeah, I'd like to see them be a little bit closer together than they were. Good organization on the outside line. Oh, contact. The 7 and the 19. Truex in the middle.
3 wide. Here comes Chase Elliott.
Chase through the middle. Truex now to the outside, going backwards.
Now, Corey LaJoie trying to block both lines. To the high side, here comes Chase Elliott. LaJoie up to block him.
Coming to 2 to go here. Chase is going to get a run on this 7 car at the end of the front straightaway. We know he's went to the inside, this side to the outside.
Outside.
5 car to the lead.
Now he's got to decide what lane he's going to go. Is it the bottom or the top? Big push from the 1 car on the 7 here.
Push is coming from both sides.
Elliott goes down to block.
Corey's clear. He's clear of the 43.
1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. LaJoie loose behind the 9. Now he goes to the high side. All the way up into the wall goes LaJoie. He's going to spin around. He'll collect the field. Caution will come out. And it looks as though the 9 of Chase Elliott is going to be scored the winner. Chase Elliott will join his father as the only Georgia-born driver now. 2 of them to win at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just a second, father-son pair to win in Atlanta.